like several years they were working on. So it's finished, and now we're just kind of fighting over
Who's the
fees.
plaintiffs in that? Would it be just foreign people that would
No,
be
the
entitled to
plaintiffs
it?
are writers. They're members of the Writers Guild. It was a class action, so we represented, we had a few members, like a few writers that stepped forward as like the class representatives, and then it was the writers individually, basically, against the Writers Guild to get these unpaid monies. So.
And who are you? Tell the
Oh, sorry. My name's Erin Poff. I'm an attorney at Johnson & Johnson in Beverly Hills. It's a tiny boutique entertainment litigation firm. We do mostly plaintiffs' work. So.
Let's hold off on member profile, member spotlight, and guests, and then we'll come back. So Jason would be next, right?
Update?
Yeah. Anything going on?
My wife's due in 2 weeks.
Son, daughter.
Jason Upper with Gilbert Crouppen. We are a life insurance firm here in Beverly Hills. In our industry, I guess an update would be that any existing insurance is based on interest rates, and with the rates being at an all-time low right now, those policies aren't performing. So any clients out there that people may have with insurance should have those reviewed. Thanks.
Gil?
Hey everyone, Gilbert Ballou with Vertorn, and as a quick recap, we provide business support services. And we started out with virtual assistants, and we've grown from there. We've actually experienced a lot of growth over the last 2 months or so. And an update would be, we just launched a new SEO, search engine optimization service that we're providing to anyone looking to update their websites or social media marketing.
Greg?
Greg Haddad with First Century Bank. I guess updates. We're looking for good bankers. We're looking to hire. We're looking to grow our bank. There's a lot of turmoil in our industry right now. So if you guys have any relationships or know anyone that you think is qualified, send them my way, and we'll go through the process.
You guys lending?
We're making loans. We're conservative. No. I made a $2 million loan this week that I got a package for on Monday. It was a very low LTV and a good borrower, but we are making loans. So but it's tough. Yeah.
Good. Lev?
Still a non-paying member. I brought a bunch of ones. And I'm with Beller Capital Advisors, specialize in alternative investments, and something new that's happened in the last couple of weeks. We set up our third REO LLC, the compliments of Ken Seaton, the LLC guru, Beller Capital.
Third what?
REO, buying basically discounted real estate from banks, single-family homes, prices between $150,000 to $300,000. C-level properties, sort of doing our third deal. That's something new happening with our company.
Buying them in one-offs or in tranches, or?
No, we're buying individual properties. We try to do the bulk. It's just too difficult to get choice properties. So we have about 5 or 6 real estate agents come in with, the low-level income FHA approved stuff.
Doug, I think you're up.
Oh,
You're doing spotlight. I'm sorry. Let's do Frank. Jeff?
Updates. I was working for a sports sponsorship sales company right next door, Premier Partnerships. Recently left there. I'm in a little bit of a transition professionally. So I may be reaching out, kind of in the information gathering stage, maybe reaching out where appropriate to the group. And I guess other than that, I just finished my first year of business school at UCLA, so if I can make any introductions to the Anderson Network, I'd be more than happy to.
Thanks, Jeff. Ben?
Ben Carey with Broadway Advisors. We do turnaround and restructuring work. I guess to take out the bank account, the good news is no one's making any loans and no one's foreclosing on any loans, because if they were foreclosed, they'd have to replace them with new loans, and since there aren't any, everyone's just sort of in that, I guess the euphemism right now is extend and pretend mode. So the restructuring world is reasonably calm, although the numbers would suggest it's not going to be that way for very long. Right now, there's not a lot happening.
John?
John Schaefer, Gilbert Crouppen as well, with Nuppy over there. Trying to think if there are any updates in my world. Anything
Your golf course score?
That is definitely not worth
Up.
reporting.
It's up.
Yeah, it's up and it's dated.
All right. See anything, Dennis?
Dennis Franklin with Ferraro and Associates Realty. We recently listed a $12.5 million home in Holmby Hills. We're happy to report the house is in escrow. We're doing inspections on Saturday, and if everything goes right, the money will be released on Monday. And that's a office listing, and it's a huge step in the right direction. I mean, we put in as much work on a $3 million house as you do on a $12 million house. So I think the office, under the leadership of Kathy Ferraro, who's Jeff's better half, we decided to go in that direction to try to get more high-end listings, which is pretty exciting. So that's good news.
Mr. Fryreisen.
Todd Fireisen, work JP Morgan Securities on the private wealth management side. No real updates right now, just trying to find some spots to make some money in the flat market.
All right, you're a special guy. I'm Justin Blaine, for those of you who don't know me. I have a couple updates. I transitioned into a boutique investment banking firm, the Mentor Group and Mentor Securities, half business valuation, half investment banking, with another member of this group, my older brother, Davis Blaine, who's 40 years my senior. He sends his best from Europe. But the other update, which is pivotal, is I have a mangled hand because I'm going on the marlin fishing tour. I was in Cabo last week, and my first time ever fishing, I was telling Dennis, 20 minutes into my ride, the boat ride, I had a marlin on the reel. It took me 45 minutes, but we got it, and then we ate it. So 150 pounder, 8 foot.
Wow. Wow.
That's my update. So I'm going to be doing tours now out of the marina.
And it ate your hand in the process?
No, oh, that's right.
I was waiting for that
That's a better
punchline.
story. No, actually the reel was kind of loose, and so he was fighting pretty hard. So it just ripped my hand. He didn't do anything. But it'd be better if he had bit me or something in the process.
Ken Seaton, co-founder of AthletesTouch. I'm also a lawyer. I run a small firm here in Beverly Hills that represents charities and foundations. One update is I just hired a research analyst to engage in mergers and acquisitions. Our firm's looking at increasing the activity of mergers and acquisitions in the charity sector. We did 2 deals last year, and we're looking to do a lot more deals this year. And the research analyst will give us a little bit more ability to do a higher level of volume of transactions.
So that's charities. What would be the impetus behind charities merging? What's driving that? What's the rationale behind?
There's a variety. Upper management has left financial situations, struggling situations like that, which is obviously with the recession very common. Sometimes you're just looking at organizations that got tired. They're tired of running it. They don't want to do it anymore. There's a founder who is no longer clinging to the organization and says, okay, I want to give this up to another organization. Sometimes you just have bright upper management that sees opportunities in creating a merger and acquisition, and they found that it's easier to leverage their own assets through that type of a transaction.
The synergy, right? With
Right.
Like all that.
Yeah, there's over 1.2 million charities in the United States, so it's a crazy number. There's over 65,000 being formed every year. There's just too many charities out there looking for the same dollars, basically.
All right, good updates.
Do you know our guy Jeff Tannenbaum?
Who is it?
He's like a nonprofit, like guru guy at our venerable firm
Oh,
back
yeah.
east.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the top guys. I think.
Love to meet
Yeah,
him.
I keep forgetting
That's
that.
great.
Yeah.
Terrific. We'll go into the member spotlight now, which for those people who were selected, it's a 2-minute introduction where one person, 2 minutes. Keep it short, lawyer. where one person introduces the other. And we started doing this a couple months ago based on feedback we got from people like the executive committee. And what it does is it allows one person to introduce the other in a way where they can brag more about them than the person would feel comfortable bragging about themselves, whether it's their sports accomplishments, their business accolades, whatever it may be. And we get to know them instead of a 30-second quick couple of sentences. Hopefully we get to know them a little bit better and a little deeper in a couple of minutes. So why don't we lead off with Chris and Frank.
Ooh, I knew that was going to happen.
Of course you did.
You want to Rochambeau to start? Why don't I start on my man Frank here? I had the benefit of already a troika with him and Gilbert, and we had a great time. What was the restaurant? You could plug your favorite restaurant at Bel Air.
It was the Bel Air Bar and Grill.
Yeah, that's, I guess, where you see all the troikas. That was
nothing like the Peninsula.
No, it's a little more quiet than the Peninsula. Exactly. Troikas have been really fun. I've gone on, now I think several, and every time, I have a great time, and it seems like it's a great group, and so, and I get to know, you definitely get to know people, when you're drinking it, heavily, at night, better than you do here. So, I highly recommend it.
And we'll explain troikas at the end.
So Frank Taylor, a native of LA like myself, he, at the age of, I think he was 7 years old, and he was already 6'1", and so his parents quickly got him into volleyball. He became an all-star volleyball player. 3 years at SC, played opposite, was a ranked beach volleyball player. Is still playing every Saturday morning at the beach club down there in Santa Monica, and he told me to tell you, bring out everyone, your family, bring people you know, it's open. So just mention Frank Taylor at the gate and have a great time. So, that's one of the perks of this place. Always the beach club. He went on to get an MBA at SC, and he started his career at Mass Mutual. He's still an advisor at Mass Mutual. He's a life insurance guy. Ended up starting his own firm. It's Taylor Insurance and Financial Services. He does everything from soup to nuts. Even if you have something right now, I think he'll give you a free review. So, the first one's free. So, get out there and see if you're up to date on everything. He's a problem solver, and incredibly, I think this was the most surprising thing about Frank. Married 34 years.
Amazing.
3 kids, happily married. I should have said happily married for 34 years. That's the punchline on that one. And his daughter is, he's got one of his daughters is 6'4", lefty, and is also hopefully going to be playing volleyball at some college, soon to be determined, I think. So, Frank Taylor, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. It's always fun to find another native Angelino here, and we've got quite a guy in Chris Williams. Chris is not really a native LA guy, but a native Beverly Hills guy. In fact, he was just inducted in the Beverly Hills Hall of Fame for football and baseball.
They don't have any baseball talent over there.
Fabulous, fabulous.
So he goes up to Cal
I
and
make sure
he
to say
plays,
that every
rugby.
I'm just glad I didn't have to say it this time.
The guy is so good at rugby that he's on the U.S. national team.
Oh.
And he travels now internationally and plays for several years. That's pretty impressive. After that, he decided to become a lawyer. Went to Hastings Law School. For those of you that aren't from California, that's one of the top law schools. It's out of the UC system in San Francisco. And he's with the Venable Law Firm. That's right down the street. And he does commercial and business litigation. It's a big law firm. It's got over 500 members in it, and it's actually headquartered in D.C. and has several firms nationally. He recently got married.
Yay.
Lives in happily. Lives in Santa Monica. And for fun, he goes mountain bike racing, and he also plays beach volleyball with Kent Seaton every weekend up in Pacific Palisades. So every time I talk to all the members, there are more and more